What's up, guys? Kind of seen a reversal at 4500. Definitely held really well. A lot of that negative delta coming in right here. Dark red, push down. They kept trying to sell it, with all these big red bubbles. Keep trying to sell it. Are they rewarded for selling? Or are they selling into passive buyers? And that's what they were doing at 4500. Of course, there's a wall. Kind of broke up a little bit. That big guy's gone. You can tell pretty. This is the DOM, and these are just showing individual orders. So there's someone with 50 lots sitting there, 50, 30, 55, 94, every tick. So to get through this, that's a lot of liquidity to get through. You know, and to the upside, we had at 45. Here's like a person with 400 lots sitting there. One big order, 67, 50. That's what I kind of look for upside and downside targets during the day. How to find these big walls. You got 240, 45, 22, 240. Could be interesting there. Right now we're at RTX VWAP and regular VWAP. So we are a little, we are having a little selling, possibly a little. You can tell we had 1 by 200, 0 by 21. We had a little issue, not enough selling right here. For every buyer, there's got to be a seller. So this can possibly be a little bit of buying exhaustion. The buyers had orders to send the market up, but they had no one to sell to. Just like a car auction, price goes up. Eventually, someone's not going to buy a car at $2,000, let's say. So they're going to have to drop the price down to $1,900, $1,800, $1,700 until they get someone to buy it, and then they'll bring price back up. That's kind of what's happening here. When I see that exhaustion, I don't want to bring price back down to see, where equal price is on the market. All right, under 4505, we have the biggest negative delta today. Like to see buyers good overnight. This right side's overall overnight. This one's RTH. So little creep up. It's definitely a little nice bounce off that 4500 wall. Other than that, I mean, we are just chopping away. We had pretty solid, strong move up Monday and Tuesday. Well, Friday, Monday, Tuesday. So it's time to kind of consolidate a little bit. Nothing wrong with that. Kind of watching right here is I'm watching this delta, this bottom number, to see if it continues up. If we make another, this is a point and figure. Let's look at the 5 minute. Let's see if the delta is continuing. We had to move up, strong move up here. Smaller delta, kind of getting bigger. Or small one. That's why we're kind of a slow creep up. There's buyers, but there's just not enough buyers. That's why it's like a slow grind up. Here's what was happening earlier. Pretty crazy. Big orders, they domed it down. Big orders pushed the market down. Back and forth. When I see this back and forth, I kind of, not really watch it. Here's that continuation up. The numbers turn different colors. When it's gold, it's what, 500% difference. So the way it works is kind of like we have that 0 times 144. The next level we have 247 times 227. And what big, and you're not buying when they're buying and selling, they're not buying across. You don't buy, you buy the bid, you buy the ask. So the difference is here. So when I look at that difference, so the buyer's gonna be up here, the seller's gonna be down here. That difference You know, we have a big one right here, 14.99 versus 414. Strong buyer, kind of small seller. That's why we were able to push the market up. As we continue up, I want to see the right side kind of have colors. Until let's see our push down. Here's our push up. Right side had colors. The bottom of this candle had colors. Bottom of this candle. So we're kind of looking for exhaustion. Only the bottom has strong buyers, not really the top. And then there we have that first left side. This candle has none on the right side. There's another left side. So where are we going to go? Strong sellers come in. We go now. Just like what's happening right here. Here is a strong seller coming in. A lot of people get overwhelmed by footprints, but it becomes pretty simple. You just get your strategies and you use them. I mean, I could go this chart right here, basically. So this is the reversal right here. Kind of shows it on a little better. They held it up. You can tell there was someone trying to hold it up here, right here at 45.10, 45.09. Big buy order. So, or I think the sell order came first, then a big buy order. Sell order, buy order. Eventually, at 1,000 came down. But all these smaller 500 and below, they're probably getting trapped. Have those two 500s right there. I'm watching that. You know, are they going to get rewarded for selling here, or are they going to sell at the top, or be smart to sell at the top? Of course, just like the last couple of days, you can tell VWAP has been very important. You can tell VWAP right here, rejection, moved down, nice bounce here, little bounce there, bounce there. VWAP's kind of been important, so I don't really like taking trades into it. You know, a lot of VWAP traders are actually making pretty decent money. So look at the cumulative delta, almost minus 11K here, all the way up to minus 8,000. So they put 3,000 delta into that move up. Not the best, little by little. Red candle. What's up? What's up? Yeah, I think it'll up again. I don't know. It's the battle between 4500 and 4545 right now. This I My personal opinion is we have one kind of strong move down to bait bears and then continue up. But obviously, you know, if you're looking at this now, like since CPI, we're actually bouncing kind of at our market open on CPI day. So we really haven't gone anywhere. So I mean, you just gotta wait. Are we gonna break to the upside or are we gonna break to the downside? That's what we're waiting on. And that's all you gotta really do. You just gotta wait. I mean, I told people I'm just scalping micros. So grab a one MES, you know, try to get $20 on a $10 loss, that kind of situation. But for me, you can tell these big bid side people are trying to come in, and we're continuing up. We had a nice, decent try. They tried to push it down past 4,500. I got in trouble. Daily, I'm kind of watching us to get. You know, here's this first line's 5-day, then I have a 20-day, and then a 90-day. So you can tell this is the overall delta. This level right here has been huge negative delta. This is pretty crazy, and that's why we're kind of possibly ranging. You know, right here, Friday MOC. I think this is Friday or Monday, Tuesday. It's Thursday. Tuesday MOC. They put in a big sell. I've been kind of watching that level. I'm kind of broke below, broke above. Not strong delta coming in. They need a good strong delta push through that VWAP. You know, you want this strong move to actually have good volume behind it. They weren't able to break through it the first time, so they're gonna be able to break through it. Only 27 delta, of course, probably. There's that. Not enough delta to get through VWAP, so they're able to push the market down a little bit. Like look at the point and figure. Point and figure. Nice move up. Delta. And they brought delta down, but are they able to break above this? Sellers are kind of getting a little trapped. Yeah, I've kind of been going through what I'm explaining. So right now we're just messing around with VWAP right here. So we had it's kind of easier to look at this chart. 4500 of course should be a key level on any chart. Doesn't matter what kind of chart you have. Go ahead and just even mark that up. I posted that there was a little wall there. You can tell they tried bringing the price down. The buyers kind of hold back. And you see a lot of this selling. Just because they're selling doesn't mean the market moves down. So what I'm watching is kind of like this level. We had this little chop. Right, what was a good spot to go long? On this right side's the overall delta. So we had a lot of selling down here. It seems like they're just getting trapped. Moving up. Now I'm watching, we approached VWAP. Here's opening price 45.14. But you can tell on the move up, we 15.12, 274. So delta's buyers versus sellers. So there are more buyers here than sellers. So 274, 417, 459. Move up, not really big numbers. Look at our move down. Big number. Came up. Negative, over 1,000 each one. So you want to see on a move down. This big move up is just kind of a push back into VWAP. And what I'm watching right now is, do they have enough delta, buyers to get through VWAP? And as of right now, they really don't. They touched VWAP, negative. Touched VWAP here, barely positive. So there's really nothing strong. Your better odds are to short this. But I use VWAP as a PT. So my, you can see the bottom of your screen. Okay, hold on. So this was interesting here. You had negative delta, but a green candle. So the candle turned green, but had more selling. So that doesn't look good for sellers. Now let's see if they're going to have that delta to push through. Pop up point and figure. This was like minus 900. Now it's minus 460. So they're bringing in more positive. And what, like, kind of PTs at the high. Today we kind of had a buying. So possibly revisit the highs, like the daily balance. Daily delta. Negatives down at the lows. That big guy, but basically this, you're just kind of just waiting for this break. I feel like we're going back and forth. We could possibly go back to 45.50, where that other big person's sitting. Go back to yesterday's highs. Kind of just rotation. We're just going back and forth since CPI open. I mean, we've hit CPI open and now we're pushing back up. At 1 minute ended it with 800. So that's where they got enough delta to push through our two VWAPs. I have regular session VWAP and then just open session VWAP here. They're pretty much even. Now, what I'm watching is delta continuing to increase. Just like volume, you want volume in the move up, you want your volume to increase. Now, I'm watching to see if delta. It's 765, 242, not really. Let's see if this one's going to stay positive and continue up. Right side, showing our strong buyers. This candle had two nice strong buyers. Pushing up, another strong buyer here. Right at previous open. I think PO's open. Continue a little trend up. Each VWAP I was telling some people you got to watch VWAPs. It's gonna be that gold square around the numbers. That VWAP moved up, sideways, moved up, move up, moving up. Now we're starting to get a little strong buying and more strong buying. Gold's 500%, so there's 500% difference from buyers to sellers. Yeah, this is the right. This is ET or from open to close, and this is all overnight. So I like to keep that on because I kind of grasp where overnight sellers are, and then where during the day. But Motivewave is $60. There's some other ones that are cheaper, but it is a paid service. There's one I found that's $11. But right here, how it's gold is going to be your 500% because there's 350 buyers compared to 28. Because when you look at the bid and ask, you know, how buyers sell or buyers buy, sellers are selling here, buyers are buying up here. So do diagonal. I like kind of watching. What I do is kind of branch this off. I'm like, okay, to continue higher, I want to hold that kind of stacked buyer imbalance. Watch 50, 50, 50, 50, 240. So possibly someone trying to hold the market down, and then of course go back to that 45, 45. Big order still sitting. I mean, you don't really need this. It's just like kind of helpful overall. Like sometimes I don't use this. Sometimes, you know, I can predict where we're going every single move. But I mean, there's a million different ways to trade. No, it's been 4,500 versus 45.45. So they're trying to cap the market in between those two levels right now. How do you get this set up in Motivewave? If you just DM me on Discord, I can send you some charts. We look a bit overextended. I mean, I don't really trade based on if we're overextended or not. We are above my weekly estimated goal, but we did hit that Tuesday. So I trade later. I'm not gonna automatically just go short just because we're overextended. I just trade later. My trade? No. You'll see my trade if I do get one right here, but I'm not. So let's see if they're gonna hold this. Be a nice little. But you can tell these highs kind of ran out of delta, ran out of buyers. But no, this week just I mean after our huge move Friday, Monday, and Tuesday, like all you gotta really do is it's kind of just a waiting game. I said this earlier, like 2 days just sideways. Are we gonna hit yesterday's highs? If we hit yesterday's highs, we're gonna tag that 45.45 guy. Possibly he has fuel to the fire. to go more upside, but rotation, you know, we're up and down. What am I waiting for? I mean, I already made my profits today. I'm in option plays. But the thing is, right here, the move was that kind of 45 where we came down to 4,500 bounce. So of course the 4,500 bounce, and then that how I talked through that VWAP push. That was a good 5 points. So I mean that was 2 plays right there. It's going live right here. 1, 2. Other than that, I mean, we're really just slowly creeping up. I can FOMO into this, but you know, you're FOMOing into already almost 17 points off the low. What's my profit target for the day? I mean, over 500 accounts pretty solid. It all depends. I always like to say, you know, as long as you're green for the day, you're pretty solid. I don't go for those crazy, you know, $2,000, $3,000 wins. I have multiple Apex accounts, so I spread across them. What are you looking to trigger for a trade? Are you here? Not really looking for a trade here. It is lunchtime. We've already had the 2 trades right here, so I'm really not looking into anything else. Possibly we can move up to yesterday's highs. Multiple plays usually. I it's always a work in progress when to. Man, I wish I could hold on. I wish I could hold on, but you know, trading a prop firm is tough to hold on when you see a play go to $800, then back to 400, and then up to 2,000. Like that $400, you know, when you're up 800 and you just see it drop to $400, that's tough. So usually it's like a kind of an in and out kind of thing. But I wish I could just hold like this whole move up. I wish I would have held that. I probably would have profited here. Up the VWAP probably would have taken a little profit because, you know, we dropped 3 points. So, you know, trading prop firm is a whole different strategy, unfortunately. What's my primary Discord? I don't really promote it overall, but you could obviously go to my bio. I don't really try to promote one Discord over the other. I love them all. A nice move up. Now we're starting to get red delta. We're struggling a bit. Let's see if that's the fib high to low. We did reject that 0.707 at a low. There's some individuals. There's 500. See, now the seller came in. Let's see if they're rewarded. Same 500 every time. So that could be, I mean, something to watch. They could be maybe getting into an order. They're starting to build their position on this move up. We had that slow creep up. Yeah, bring it down strong. Yeah, I'll check it out. I mean, there's a million different ways to trade. There's a million. I mean, there's like 30. I mean, I know of like 30 different ways to trade footprint too. So I mean, move that VWAP. NQ chart. Yeah. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Let's see this. What are the settings? NQ right here. Remember, NQ is the only reason I trade NQ is on a scalp. So I haven't really found out the best overall delta part. That's its lows. Look at all those 375 bombs. There. Up. Up. Someone's taking a position, I think. But NQ, I try to stay away from NQ. I know a lot of people love trading it, but trading on prop firm, feel like one bad move, no good. The red is bid side. So typically, people who bid side, go ahead and say, I find that cool. So what shows up on the bid side are aggressive sellers or passive buyers. So it's you to determine through context to figure out who they are. You know, if it was so obvious, you know, market would be pretty easy. Oil still dropping. Right here, we had our move up, push down pretty -1,000 delta even, and then more negative deltas coming in. Let's see kind of these candles break down. But we're at VWAP. We're at ETH POC and overnight full session POC. So we're in the mean. That's why there's top. The yellow line, you have, I think, previous open. So yesterday's open. Right here, open. Yesterday's close. So I guess we opened about the same spot. Yeah. So Tuesday's close was around yesterday's open and close because basically we're doji yesterday, and then today's open was around the same spot. So all this is happening in all this area. No reason to take a trade here. VWAP is going to be this white dotted and white line going across. The line is all day, and then the dotted is just ETH or RTH, just regular trading hours from 9:30 daily imbalance are just stuck in this huge negative delta area. Just a bunch of selling position, which was closed on Tuesday. But I'm gonna end this here, guys. I'm gonna go lay down for a nap. I was doing a midday nap. My son's sleeping, so might as well take advantage when your young one is sleeping a little bit, y'all. I'm gonna try to start getting on here more. But peace out. The problem with getting on here is sometimes Motivewave crashes a lot. I'm trying to work with the developers about I might switch out of them.